Welcome to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, a track that has been refurbished and redone to be a small super speedway, and it provides us with that kind of speedway racing, completely different than what we see from Daytona or Talladega. However, this track is small and tight, but it does provide a lot of speed, and in the spring, we raced 500 miles of pure chaos and calamity, which saw Christopher Bell taking home the victory. Today we'll race 400 miles, but still we expect the same calamity in this race and possibly even more, knowing that this is a shorter race than what we saw in the spring. Competitors are spread out through the field. Guys like Keselowski, Truex, Larson, Blaney, and Logano are all mixed from the back, the middle, and the front of the pack. Let's take a look at some of the drivers to watch for today in the Quaker State 400% by Walmart here in Atlanta Motor Speedway. Team Penske, yes, those cars look the same, but Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric are on the front row today. We know Team Penske, they're always strong on the drafting style of racetracks. They're on the front row. We expect them to work together with Chris Buescher, who is starting back in third. Watch Team Penske. All three of those cars are favorites to win. Speaking of Chris Buescher, this is his best qualifying effort ever in the 17 for RFK. It's the speed they needed to show that they are contenders. He starts third. He hasn't won since 2017, the Daytona 500, back when he started with JTG. Can he break that winless streak? Toyota, they won this race last year, and they all started pretty much from the back, but there are some Toyotas at the front like Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Toyota, they are not usually good on the drafting tracks, but they have shown consistent speed at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can one of them get the victory today? Joey Logano, he's the favorite. Of course, he's always been good on drafting tracks. He's won 4 times at Daytona and once at Talladega in the Verizon Cup Series in 6 seasons. He's trying to get one in Atlanta to cross them all off the list. Watch the 22 of Logano to make moves to get to his Penske teammates. Brad Keselowski, he was fast here in the spring race. He finished top 10 after qualifying in 6th, but he starts 21st today. He said he's not going to worry too much. He knows strategy could be a factor, and they have a feeling raw speed in the number 6 Ford Mustang will pull him right to the front of the field. Christopher Bell, he started 26th to win the race here last year. He starts one spot better, 25th. Will that give him less time to get to the front of the field, and can he take that 20 car back-to-back to victory lane here at Atlanta Motor Speedway? Let's go trackside for the command.
Please welcome the Senior Marketing Manager of Walmart for the Atlanta market, James Hartson.
NASCAR, drivers, start your engine!
And as the cars roll off the pit road, let's take a look at your Quaker State 400 starting lineup. On the front row, Penske teammates Ryan Blaney next to Austin Cindric, and in row 2, Chris Buescher and Ross Chastain. Row 3, William Byron and Joey Logano. Then in row 4, Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch, who won here last year on the old configuration. Denny Hamlin and Eric Jones make up row 5, and in row 6, Stuart Haas teammates Chase Briscoe, who won the pole here in the spring, and Kevin Harvick. Row 7, Daniel Suarez and Kyle Larson. Then row 8, Justin Haley and Eric Almirola. Row 9, Todd Gilliland and Martin Truex Jr., who came so close to winning here in the spring. And then row 10, Brad Keselowski and Alex Bowman. Row 11, Tyler Reddick next to Bubba Wallace. And in row 12, Kurt Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 13, the spring winner Christopher Bell next to Kaz Grala in the 16. In row 14, Michael McDowell and Corey LaJoie. Row 15, Cole Custer and Harrison Burton. In row 16, it's the Dillon brothers of Austin and Ty. Row 17, Joey Gase next to Cody Ware. In row 18, it's BJ McLeod and Landon Castle. Lowe's Race Facts, 260 laps, 400 miles. Stage 1, 60 laps, but Stage 2 and 3 are 100 laps. Pit window, 60 to possibly even 75 laps. Second time on the new configuration. The spring winner on this configuration was Christopher Bell, but last year's winner of this race was the 18 of Kyle Busch. Green flag, we're racing in the Peach State. Caution for the competition caution for rain on Saturday. We'll go back to the Quaker State 400 on ASC. We're under caution for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who has gone around. Looks like this got loose off turn 4. That's been the trouble spot this weekend. And he slid right down to the entrance of pit row. So he was able to pull into his pit box and grab 4 fresh tires right off the bat. But a good save for the 47. He'll be able to continue with those 4 fresh tires, and he'll be right back in the race. At the line, Ryan Blaney takes stage 1 over Chris Buescher. Austin Cindric, William Byron, and Kyle Busch are the top 10. Big stage points for Tyler Reddick and Kurt Busch. Here comes Chastain. Oh, he gets into Briscoe. Briscoe into the wall, and a big crash in turn 1 involving most of the outside line and half the inside line of the main pack. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like Chastain got tight and never lifted, and you can't do that here at Atlanta. It's such a tight racetrack. You're going to have to lift eventually. And Kyle Larson wasn't on his bumper, so Chastain had some room to work with. Got right up into Briscoe and got into Logano, Hamlin, Harrison, Burton. Just off your screen, McDowell and Blaney spun, along with Alex Bowman. Here it is in real time. And then all the cars involved. Hamlin, Blaney, the pole sitter, Briscoe and Harrison Burton are the only ones out of the race. Logano, 3 laps down. McDowell was in it, Ty Dillon, and Alex Bowman. Here comes Buescher with a big push to Keselowski, and around goes Almirola, tagged by Chase Elliott, and everyone scatters to avoid as Eric Almirola looked like he got turned by the 43 of Eric Jones. Yeah, by the way he went around, looks like he just got turned, and bam, Chase Elliott tagged the left rear of that car, and that easily broke the toe link on the Smithfield Ford, and that will end his day. Heavy damage to the 9 car of Chase Elliott as well. Austin Cindric was right behind that. And look at Daniel Suarez taking an evasive maneuver to the inside of Eric Jones. And this is not the day Eric Almirola needed. As you take a look at the cars involved, just 5 of them: Elliott, Almirola, Byron, Jones, and Suarez. Almirola, the only one out. Chase Elliott's 3 laps down. Ross Chastain wins his first career stage. Brad Keselowski coming home in second with Kevin Harvick. Corey LaJoie in 5th, a surprise, tagging up some stage points. Gralla now in the lead. Oh, Suarez goes around in front of the field, but no one collects him except for Cole Custer, who I think helped Daniel Suarez go around. Let's take a look at this. Really hard to see because the top of your screen's kind of panned out. But yeah, Cole Custer got into the left rear of Daniel Suarez, and that's what spun him around. And then Suarez spun back up into Custer, but both will continue. Keselowski now up to the lead, and around goes Gralla. Through the grass, no splitter damage, and he slides right on the pit road. Caution waves again. And Gralla, who got up to the front by not pitting, looks like he just gets too big of a tap from Chris Buescher in the 17, slides past the Geico restart zone and through the grass. And turn 4, yet again, it collects another victim, this time the 16, off a too big of an aggressive push by the 17. Here comes... Oh, and there goes Eric Jones. He spins off turn 4. I was just about to say, here comes Ross Chastain with another big run. And then Eric Jones goes around. Looks like it just got loose. No one was even around him. Car just got light. And that's been the commonality of today. I meant to say Keselowski was going to get a run. But still, yeah, he wasn't even near the 17 or the 2. He's kind of in the middle of them. But he'll grab 4 fresh tires. We'll have another restart. Single file on the bottom. Corner the wall. Chase Elliott. Caution waves again. fourth caution of the stage, and this one will set up a late race restart. Looks like the 9, so much damage, cuts down a right front tire, goes hard into the outside wall, and this will for sure end his day. He'll just be the 4th car out of the race, but that will hurt his point standings, of course, because there's not a lot of cars out of this race. Here they come off turn 4. Keselowski up to the outside, crash in the back. Ross Chastain wins his 2nd career race, and it comes at Atlanta. His 2nd win in the last 4 races. And Trackhouse has found a rhythm with Ross Chastain, but there was a big crash behind. Let's take a look at this. Looks like Austin Dillon gets to the inside of Austin Cindric, and he spins down into Bubba Wallace, and then Dillon spins back up in front of the field as well, collecting Justin Haley, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, and Martin Truex Jr. got some damage in this. But it looks like the main guys in this one were Cindric, Bubba Wallace, Austin Dillon, and Justin Haley. But Ross Chastain does his burnouts, his win, fueled by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. And then, look at this, he's going to do his little watermelon thing that he did back in Nashville.
He's
going to throw it down. Ross Chastain's the winner here in Atlanta. He gets the 1 car in the 1 position. Surprise finishers like Ricky Stenhouse finishing in 4th, Corey LaJoie finishing in 7th. But good finish by Kurt Busch, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin. They all rebounded. See, William Byron was involved in a couple accidents today. Good finish for Kaz Gralla. Justin Haley, even in that accident, still came across the line 16th. Eric Jones, not the day he particularly needed. He needed a good day. This is his 3rd finish in a row, finishing outside the top 20. Joey Logano didn't come back to finish on the lead lap. But here are all the DNFs. Cindric, Austin Dillon, of course, in that last lap crash. Elliott and Almirola, and then Burton and Briscoe were involved in the big one. Here are the points. Kyle Larson still leads it, but Ross Chastain jumped up from 12th to 4th in the playoff standings. Just getting by 2 wins. So it's not that hard. It's just as long as you can win multiple races, which has been hard to do this year. So you see Tyler Reddick is now only 20 points above that cut line, which is pretty interesting. And what's also interesting, after Pocono, Martin Truex Jr. can lock himself in on points if there's no new winners. Guys like Jones, Cindric, Almirola, Buescher, who had a good run today. See, Keselowski, he finished 2nd. He jumped all the way up to 27th in points. But still, behind Buescher, you pretty much need a win. And the next race we have on the schedule is our 2nd stop to the Irish Hills for the Pure Michigan 400. Race 21 on the season. We're getting close to the playoffs for 2022. This is ASC signing off.